Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about infertility. I know I talk about this in a lot of videos because I'm going through it. However, I feel like in all of the other videos I've kind of covered PCOS and trying to conceive, and I just want to talk about dealing and living with infertility and what it's like and how to handle it. So I'm talking about me in these videos. I'm not saying that this is this way for everybody, but I'm just talking about my own personal experience and how I've handled it so far. So I have some notes, so we'll see how this goes. First of all, I just want to talk about why I have infertility, or why I think I have infertility. My husband and I have been trying for almost 3 years. A lot of those months there was trying, however, there was no ovulation. I would have maybe 4 periods a year, maybe 6. That's kind of pushing it though. That's like once every 2 months, and I feel like it was way less than that. Some months I would go 4 months in between, 6 months, it just depends. So we found out that we had issues. I knew that I always had issues because I didn't have a period, and I knew that that's something that you need to conceive because you need to know when you're ovulating. So I sought fertility help, and I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2009? 2010? I don't know. I can't remember. The diagnosis didn't really do anything except for made me realize I'm probably going to need infertility help. And I have so far done 3 medicated cycles with Clomid, HCG shots, and timed intercourse. We are currently on a TTC break because of money issues. It was costing us about $600–700 a month to go to the reproductive endocrinologist, and that's fine. I'm out of work right now because my job is a seasonal job. So hopefully we can get things up and rolling because I think I'm going to get a job this week and that'll be money saving time. So yeah, anyway, that is kind of where we're at as far as what we've done so far. He got a semen analysis and it came back perfect. Everything is fine. He had a higher semen count than most men. Average 20 million, he had 120 million, so he said sometimes that can cause the agglutination to be too high, which means that the sperm kind of sticks together. So that's where we're at so far with what we've done for infertility as far as treatment goes. Now, dealing with infertility as we have, I just got a text message. I just kind of want to talk about, you know, how you deal with it. I don't do very well. I mean, I keep a pretty positive attitude. However, when someone gets pregnant around me, it always kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Because in a lot of ways, for me, infertility is a slightly selfish thing. You can't really be happy for other people to get pregnant. I mean, you are, you're so happy. But at the same time, you always think, why not me? And that's sort of a selfish way to think of it, but I think it's that way with everything. If you got cancer and no one else had it, you'd say, why me? If you know, any of those circumstances. So I don't think that it's wrong to feel that way whatsoever. And I do feel that way. But I think a lot of the public perception of infertility comes from, I think that people are pretty annoyed with people who have infertility from what I have read. There's a lot of you on YouTube who are also dealing with it and trying to conceive and all of those things, and of course you aren't lumped into that category. But if you look up infertility and you look up kind of people's general perception of it, people think that you, I'm not saying all of you, or any of you watching this, but people in general who are able to get pregnant easily and naturally, I think they're slightly annoyed by people who have infertility issues. I think that it's they think you're kind of selfish for wanting and trying so hard and wanting your own biological children when there are so many children out there who need to be adopted, who are in foster care, all those things. And they think that you are selfish for trying so hard and being so upset when you don't get pregnant, and my bangs are doing weird things. And they think that you are annoying for, one, complaining about it, being upset about it. I post things on my Facebook about it sometimes, and I've actually stopped doing that because you keep getting the same answers. It's that you are young, it will happen. Just give it time, it'll happen. Don't worry so much. You're worrying too much. You're stressing yourself out too much. People get pregnant all the time. My friend had that. She got pregnant. Stop trying and you'll get pregnant. Things like that. And it's a little disheartening because those people have no idea what they're talking about. Infertility is real. I'm not making it up. Healthy couples should get pregnant within a year. It has been 3. And I do not see it happening anytime soon without help. Hang on. Let me reposition. So, yeah, it's a real medical condition. I am diagnosed infertile. I have PCOS. However, they say that I should be able to get pregnant, but who are they? You know, I know they're doctors, and I know that's what they do. I just don't feel like it's going to happen, and that's also another part of infertility that I think is important, is that unfortunately, I feel like I'm never going to be a mother, and that I am basically going to be childless forever. And it's not really funny. I kind of laugh it off, but it's a real fear and concern that I have, and I don't know if it's quite normal, but I feel like it is. So people say, you know, why don't you just adopt? And I just want people to know, first off, I think that people think adoption is a cheaper, more economical route to go. That would be great. However, it is almost twice as expensive as IVF, and you don't get to bear your own child, you don't get to carry your own biological child, which is really important to me. I don't know if it's as important to everyone. Some people are okay just adopting. Right now, I want my own biological child. I want to be pregnant. I want to go through the pregnancy and the birth. All those things are really important to me. Really, really important to me. I envy anyone who's ever had a big, huge pregnant belly. They're so uncomfortable. They have to deal with these horrible contractions. I can't wait for all of that. This is just, all of that seems amazing to me, and I'm so lucky. I don't think these people realize just how lucky they really are. So on the adoption front, if someone asks me, would you ever adopt? Would you ever consider a surrogate? Yes, I would if I can't get pregnant. However, I'm going to do all that I can to get pregnant. I'm going to do whatever it takes. If that means that my doctors want me to go another 3-6 months, Clomid, trying all of that out, I'll do it. If I need to do 6 IUIs, I'll do it. If I need to do IVF, I'll do it. I think I would try a bunch of rounds of IVF before I would ever move on to adoption, and then we would start saving. However, we would probably be 40 years old before we were able to adopt a baby, unless I had a friend that wanted to be a surrogate for me, which I think I would prefer over adoption. I just, not that I would need it to be my egg, I just want me and my husband and our baby. I want a baby that's half him and half me. I love him so much, and that's so important to me, and some people may not understand that, but usually the people that don't understand it are the people who have it. They don't realize what they have, and I think that's almost one of the most frustrating parts of infertility, is that if you don't have issues getting pregnant, then you have healthy children, you know, you had a healthy pregnancy, you had a healthy baby. Those are generally the people who don't quite understand. And they think, well, when are you going to have kids? Well, it's not as easy, and it's not so easy to be asked those questions either. It's hard to look at people who are not having issues and be happy for them, but you find the way to do those things. So, second of all, it's really hard hearing that you're young and you have plenty of time, it will happen to you. You know, just because I am young doesn't mean that I don't have infertility issues. Just because I am young does not mean that it's going to happen to me while I'm young. I don't want to be 35 when I have my first child. I want to be, you know, I don't want to be past 25. I know that's not old. That's not what I'm saying. I'm 23. I'm almost 24. That's not old. I'm not saying that 25 is old and that it's a bad time and that it's a bad time to have kids. That's not what I'm saying. However, I want to have children before I'm 25. If it happens when I'm 27, that's fine. But I really want them now. That's just part of who I am. And part of, I don't know, I think it's hard waiting. It's hard waiting for something that you know it should happen. And I think that's another hard part of infertility, is that it should happen. It should be a natural process that your body just goes through. Getting pregnant shouldn't be that hard. It's something that every animal can do, and you would think every human could do. But it's not like that for everybody, unfortunately. And I wish it was. I wish none of us ever had to go through this, and that we all could just have healthy babies, and that would be really nice. It's also very hard thinking, will I ever conceive? In a lot of ways, I actually don't feel like I'm going to, and that it's going to be a lot harder than I think. Maybe that's just me and the fact that I generally try to think of the worst and then be surprised by the best, instead of being hopeful for the best and then being disappointed. That's just who I am. I mean, and there's always the thought in your mind of, is it something I'm doing? Is it something I did? What can we do? And it really should just be black and white, easy, and it's not. And I think that's the hardest part of it. And if I could afford IVF today, I would get it done today. I'm not against any of those things. And I guess I'll talk about what I'm going to do next, what our next step is in trying to conceive. So for the last 2 months, I have been on a trying to conceive break. Like I said, for monetary reasons. But my reproductive endocrinologist wanted to put me on birth control pills because he didn't want me just kind of in limbo with my cycles, just sitting there not knowing what they were doing. However, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this break, and I don't want to be on birth control pills. It's just something I feel really uncomfortable with. I was on them for the last 2 months, and after my 2 months ended, I stopped taking them. I just got over my period, and I actually don't even know what cycle day I am, which is really stupid because I really wanted to start charting and or taking OPKs. So what we are going to try to do, I think, is that I am going to naturally try until we can afford to start up infertility treatments again. I believe what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to try and, you know, I know what I'm looking for as far as cervical position, cervical mucus, I kind of get like the middle pain, ovulation pains, if I ovulate, that is. I did on Clomid, at least because I had big follicles. So without Clomid, I think I'm just going to see if I naturally ovulate on my own. I don't think I will. If I get any of the other signs, I will start taking OPKs. I've really never done the OPK thing before because we tried naturally without any medication, and you know, 2.5 years later we realized, okay, we're not getting pregnant with just the no condoms, no birth control type of thing, charting sort of, having sex when I felt like it. So we really haven't tried hard for that long. We've basically done really 3 cycles where we have been really active and, you know, Clomid and HCG shot, know the day I'm ovulating, know how big my follicle is, know how good my lining is, have sex on those days, get everything taken care of, and then get a negative. So, sorry, the light. We've had 3 cycles like that, and I think what will happen is when we can afford it again, which may not be for a while, we will go back to timed intercourse cycles, which I think are a waste of time. And then we'll probably do 3 of those and then move on to IUI. I am going to suggest just jumping into IUI. I don't want to waste any more money on these timed intercourse cycles if we can just do IUI. I would rather save money that way, and they have better odds anyway, so why am I wasting my time? I would rather pay more money. It's my body. I think I should be able to do that. So that's what I'm going to ask for him. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about infertility and how I've been dealing with it lately. It's been really hard. However, my sister is pregnant. She is 21 weeks pregnant in 1 day, and she just found out what she's having. She is having a little girl, and I could not be more excited for her. We've been planning her baby shower and trying to figure out names and color schemes and all of that stuff, and it's kind of sad because I'm living vicariously. I want a baby so badly that I feel like maybe I could just be a part of her baby's life so much that it would feel like it's my baby. I don't know. That's kind of silly and crazy, but that's just how I feel, and it's really sad. It's really sad, actually. But there's nothing I can do to help it. I want a baby more than anything, and I don't just want a baby. I want a child. I want to be a mother. All of you say it's the most wonderful thing, and I know it will be. It's what I think about every day. I watch Trying to Conceive vlogs all day long. I mean, it's even kind of sad. I've gotten to the point where I am now going back and looking at all of your old vlogs before you did get pregnant, like Carla. I've been watching your Trying to Conceive vlogs again, and I'm trying to see like what you did. I'm trying to do the same thing as you. I just want it so bad, and your little Hannah is just precious. And I mean, and so many of you girls have gotten pregnant lately, and I feel like it's my time, and maybe it's not. Maybe that's not why I'm not pregnant. It's not my time, but I feel like it is, and I would love for it to be. So everyone knows it is really hard having infertility issues, harder than you can imagine if you're not going through it. So be sensitive to people who are. A lot of people I know are not sensitive, and, you know, oh, I want to be a grandma, oh God, when are you going to have kids? It'll happen for you, don't worry about it. You know, just stop trying, you'll get pregnant, just get really drunk, you know, that's what I did, and you want my kid, you want to buy my kid, and, you know, I think that a lot of times people don't understand that it's actually a lot harder than they think it is, and they kind of look at you like you're stupid because you're 23. I'm not pregnant, I'm 28. You should just relax, don't worry about it. But they would not be saying that if they had to go through it as well. None of you say that to me because you understand what it's like. Most people in my real life do not, and it's frustrating, to say the least. So I just kind of wanted to talk about infertility and how I've been dealing with it, or not dealing with it, or whatnot. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and I'll hopefully be updating more often. So, congratulations to all of you who have been pregnant recently. I love all of you, and thank you all for subscribing. Thank you to my new subscribers. And I really appreciate it. I know I don't get a chance to comment back on every comment, message back on every message. I'm pretty busy. But That doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. It doesn't mean I don't read it. I read everything that you all write, and I appreciate it, and I hope you know that I really do mean that. I'm not, like, high and mighty, and I don't think I'm too cool to, like, message you back. I'm not. But, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and, yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything, just feel free to message me. Alright, well, I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope all of you who are trying to conceive do conceive, and I hope that I'm part of that group as well, and I hope it works out for all of us. So, alright, have a good one, guys.